I'd like to demonstrate my idea of how to cap off the oil well and possibly salvage it too. If you imagine that this is the ocean floor, this is the wellhead pipe sticking out from the ocean floor, this is the containment cap with the collection process lines going to the surface. My idea is called the ramrod technique and is broken down into two parts. The first part is a frame with tracks on it and a weighted base. The weighted base can be made of solid steel or tanks that can be pumped full of concrete. This can be constructed above the ocean floor and lowered down into place. Once it is lowered into place, it was designed for the force of the oil flowing out of the wellhead to not affect the structure of it. Once the weighted base is down, a series of cables and piers can be connected so that it secures it to the floor to withstand the pressure of the wellhead once the platform is slid into place. This containment cap and collection process can continue until the final stage of this technique. Second part of the ramrod technique is the platform with the ramrod design attached to it. What this is on this one is salvaging the well by installing a control valve with the well being live. You have your platform, which is made of a graded material to allow the flow of the oil through it, as well as your valve remains open as it is centered over the pipe, allowing the flow of the oil coming from the top of the extension pipe and away from your work area. Your platform is, for this demonstration, is going to be moved with a series of cables and winches. So for the effect of the oil coming out of the wellhead, I will use a smoking device. The collection cap can now be removed, platform moved into place. A series of motors and hydraulics will lower the control valve onto the wellhead, with the miniature platform stabilizing it and securing it as it ramrods itself down on top of the pipe. Once it is in place, your pressure comes out of the stack pipe and you're able to turn the valve off once the control valve is welded on, so that you have control of the well and can use it in future use. If this process cannot be used, I have a backup plan. It is the same ramrod technique. With a slightly different design. This tube is constructed above the ocean floor, lowered down, and slid into place. Once it is in place, the moving mechanism is installed, ready to be moved over the wellhead. It too will be moved into place. This design is based also with a control valve and a ramrod with an inflation device on the end of it. The inflation device is ramrodded down into the wellhead and inflated. It is inflated at the same rate as a car airbag, allowing the quick deployment of the bag to catch the inside of the pipe, as well as the ramrod holding in place on the platform to secure it in place so it will not move. Once it has stopped the flow of the oil, the control valve can be lowered into place and welded on. Once it is welded on and in place, the inflation device is deflated, the ramrod removed, and the valve shut down, controlling the wellhead and having the ability to use it for future use. Both of these designs work on the basis that the wellhead has a smooth cut and the valves can be welded to it. If that is not the case and the wellhead is jagged and broke off, my third and final technique is the ramrod designed with a cap on it and a cluster of airbags that will be used instead of the bottom inflation device. This device will still be ramrodded down into the pipe. The bags deployed at the same rate as a car airbag. Once the flow is stopped, concrete can be poured in both pipes, but before that is done, 2 holes can be drilled for 2 pipes to protrude through the concrete and on the outside of the pipes. This will act like as a Carter pin lock, so that once the concrete is dried, it will not move outward. Those are my 3 designs for capping off the oil well, and I hope they will be taken into consideration.